The topic for today is PPC, that is Production Possibility Curve. This PPC is also called PPF, that is Production Possibility Frontier, and it's also called the Transformation Curve. So before coming to this directly, I'd like to give an example through which it is easier to understand the mechanics of PPC. So the example is very simple. I'm going to take two products or two goods, that is pen and pencil, and there is a total wealth or money income. Let's say it is 100. So the cost of pen, for example, is 20 rupees and the cost of pencil is 10 rupees. So in this one, we have to check the number of combinations which this 100 rupees or 100 rupees money will be able to buy of pen and pencil. So if a person only wants to buy, let's say, pencil, he can buy 10 pieces of pencil and 0 pens. This one, the X is for pens and Y is for pencil. So this can be combination A. He is buying 0 pens and 10 pencils. So looking at the expenditure is 0 into 20 is 0 and 10 into 10 will give you 100. So he is investing all his money in buying pencils for combination A. So let's say there can be another combination. Let's say this person buys 1 pen. So the expenditure is 1 into 20. That is 20 rupees. What is left? Out of 100, 80 rupees is left. So the number of pencils which can be bought is 8. That is 80. So 20 plus 80 will give you 100. In the same way, combination C, let's say 2 pens are being bought. So how many pencils can be bought? That is 6. That is 2 into 20 is 40, 6 into 20 is 60, 40 plus 60 is 100. Again, combination D, let's say 3 pens and how many pencils? 4. So it goes on until, let's say, combination N, where all the money is invested on buying pens. That is 5 pens can be bought and how many pencils? 0. So these are the different combinations A, B, C, D, E, F, G to N. So looking at this, we can see that in order to add one more quantity or one more piece of pen, certain amount of quantity has to be sacrificed from buying pencils. So as we consume more of pens, we have to consume less of pencils. Why? Because the money or the total wealth is fixed or it is given. We cannot increase the money. So these are the different combinations. So with this example, we are going to understand PPC. So if you have understood this well, different combinations, the two goods and the fixed money or wealth, we can easily understand the concept of PPC. So now, the definition of PPC or PPF is, it is a graphical representation of two goods. So this is an assumption. We are just taking two goods. It is the graphical representation of two goods which an economy can produce. So economy is producing, which an economy can produce by using fixed or given amount of resources. So this is the definition of PPC. So the definition will be, PPC is the graphical, we are going to draw a graph for this PPC. So it is a graphical representation of two goods which an economy can produce by using given amount of resources. And at last you can add when technology is fixed. This is optional. So this is definition. So the logic for this one is, see, we have already mentioned two goods. So in this one, the example which I am giving is butter and guns. So like the previous example which I gave, butter and guns. In this one, like pen and pencil which I have given. For this case, it's butter and guns. So there is a reason behind we are taking butter and guns, because butter in economics can be taken as a civilian good and guns can be taken as a non-civilian good. So the economy has to decide. There can be various combinations in between producing these two goods. And the resources are given. Like the money income which was fixed, in this one, the total natural resources are given or fixed. So, let's say, in the first combination A, butter is 0 and guns is 15. So in this one, we are talking about million tons, and in this one, we are talking about 1,000. So the economy is producing 0 million tons of butter and 15,000 guns. Let's say there is another combination, 1 and 14. C, 2 and 12. D, 3 and 9. E, 4 and 5. And let's say F, it's 5 and 0. So this one is exactly similar to the example which I have given of pens and pencils. So A, B, C, D, E, F. These are the different combinations. Now we add something to the definition which I have given. PPC, production possibility curve, is the graphical representation of different combinations of two goods. Now we have to add this point. Different combinations. So there are numerous combinations which can be taken up by the economy in order to produce these two goods. So in between also there could be many combinations. So the actual definition of PPC is, it's the graphical representation of different combinations of two goods which an economy can produce with given amount of resources. So this is the definition. Now when we look at this, we can see that if the economy produces 0 butter and 15,000 guns, it's combination A. These are the combinations. Now in order to produce 1 million tons of butter, so the economy is adding plus 1 here. They have to sacrifice something. So they are sacrificing 1,000 guns. So in order to produce 1 more million ton of butter, they are sacrificing how much? Minus 2,000 tons. So in order to increase the production of one commodity, the commodity of another, the production of guns needs to be sacrificed. So this is the concept, this is the schedule for your PPC. Now we come to the graph of PPC. So before coming to the graph, there is one important concept which is called marginal opportunity cost. In short, it's MOC. So marginal opportunity cost is change in goods sacrifice divided by change in goods gain. So looking at this, we can see that guns we are sacrificing, or an economy is sacrificing guns in order to gain the production of butter. So looking at this one, The first one, there is no change on top of 15, so we can leave it blank. Look at the change. So goods sacrifice is 1. The goods gain is also 1. So MOC is 1 for this case. In this one, what is the sacrifice being made? It is 2, and the good gain is 1. So this is 2. In this similar fashion, it's 3, it's 4, and the last one is 5. So in PPC, the MOC is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means it is continuously increasing. So if a question comes like, what is MOC and what is the shape or what is the change of MOC, we can say that MOC is continuously increasing in PPC. So coming to the graph, let's say we are measuring butter in the x-axis and guns in the y-axis. Check for butter it's 0 to 5. So this is the origin. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And for guns it is 15, 0 to 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14 and 15. So on the y-axis we are measuring guns, in the x-axis we are measuring butter. So looking at this, look at the first combination A. So where will be the first combination A? We have 0 butter. So this is the axis where we are measuring butter. So this is 0 here, and guns is 15. So guns 15. This is combination A. That means using all the given resources, only to produce guns, we can produce 15,000 guns, like combination A. And look at this F. We are measuring 0 guns. So 0 on this axis will be here, and we are producing 5 million tons of butter. So 5 million tons will be here. So which combination is this? This is combination F. So when we join these two like this is your PPC. This is your production possibility curve. So if you want to check for combination B, so look at this. Butter, we have 1 million tons. So where we are measuring butter is in the x-axis here, 1 million tons, and your guns is 14. So here it's 14. So B is somewhere around here. B combination. Look at C, 2 and 12. So 2 and 12 is somewhere around here. This is C. Look at D, 3 and 9. 3 and 9 is here. This is D. So it carries on this way. So in between, these are other combinations. Let's say B1, B2. Like I've told you, there are infinite combinations in between. Like we can say that instead of just producing 1 million tons, we can produce 1.5 million tons. There will be another combination, let's say B1. So it will be a continuous line. So when we join all the different combinations of two goods, which are economic and produced with given amount of resources, it will be a smooth concave. Remember? It will be a smooth concave curve, which is called your PPC. So now, there are certain things which you need to understand of PPC. Like I have told you, this is combination B, let's say this is combination D. And there could be some combination X or Z, let's say. Or there could be some combination, say R. So these combinations cannot be attained by an economy because the resources are fixed. A government, the economy is utilizing all the resources to be on the PPC. So these combinations are termed as unattainable combinations. Okay, these combinations are termed as unattainable combinations because these combinations are outside the PPC. An economy does not have, the economy which we are dealing with does not have enough resources to be able to produce on these combinations. And on the PPC or on the PPF, like combinations B and D, these combinations, in order to produce B and D, there is full or efficient utilization of given resources. Okay, whatever given resources an economy has, all the resources are being fully or efficiently utilized in order to produce B and D. So for these points, let's say R and another point is that S, for these combinations, this is under utilization of resources. That means whatever resources an economy has, it's not being fully utilized. So this R and S are combinations which shows underutilization of given resources. So these are the three features of PPC. Now, according to the book, there are some basic problems of an economy. Let's say the first problem we are dealing with regarding or using PPC curve is problem of scarcity. Let's say this is the first problem, problem of scarcity. So looking at these 2 points, X and Z, these 2 points deals with the problem of scarcity. Why? Because the economy just has a given amount of resources which cannot be increased or decreased. So there is a problem of scarcity. They are not able to produce combination X and Z. Another problem, let's say, using B and D, is problem of choice. This is another problem. Problem of choice. So an economy has to decide between whether to choose this combination B or this combination D. Okay, like I've said before, the butter is considered as a civilian good and guns is a non-civilian good. So economy has to decide whether to produce more of butter, less of guns, or more of guns or less of butter. So the economy has to choose between these 2 points. This is called the problem of choice and inefficient utilization of resources. Okay, another problem. So we can have these 2 combinations R and S as an example of inefficient utilization of resources. So this is the basic concept of PPC.